Boing. Holy crap. The Doughty Burglar, a Deerwooden Farce, Part 1. Characters in order of appearance: Belmus, the Doughty Burglar; Torfel, the man of the house; Clana, the lady of the house; Pafenda, the maid; Irby, an important visitor. Setting: interior. The sitting room of Torfel's house. Night. The stage is dark. The door to the room opens, and Belmus enters, holding a candle. He walks slowly through the room, picking up items, examining them, and replacing them. Presently there is a noise off stage. Enough of this nonsense! I told you we would be returning early!
You said early. You didn't say we would be inexcusably rude.
The voices are approaching the door to the sitting room. Belmus extinguishes that candle and hides behind a chair at the end of the stage opposite the door. The door opens. Torfel, entering, followed by Clana and Pafenda. This meeting is very important, Clana, my little cowslip. Irby is taking this meeting himself. This is unheard of.
But Torfel...
Not another word! Belmus's head appears over the chair during this exchange. He watches the three interact. When Clana talks, he is entranced by her. Pafenda, have all the preparations been made for Irby's arrival?
Yes, sir. The special brandy has been brought from the cellar, and the other refreshment has been prepared as well.
Other? Torfel, don't you dare!
If that's what it takes, Clana, that's what I'll do. Now, go prepare yourself for Irby's arrival. We must all look our best. This contract must not fail. All three leave the room. Belmus stands.
Who was that vision? Who was that goddess? Who was it that has stolen my heart just as surely as I would steal hers? I must know her. I must meet her. I must have her. But how?
The Doughty Burglar, a Deerwooden Farce, Part 2. For those unfamiliar, Svef is a drug that produces hallucinations while rendering the user all but catatonic, thus making it the perfect way to distract Torfel. Belmus stands in front of the drink tray. Belmus, picking up a small metal box next to the brandy.
What could possibly convince him to give her up?
Belmus opens the box and observes its contents. He looks up, a wicked grin on his face. He closes the box and sets it down. He turns his back, lost in thought. The door flies open and Torfel enters. He sees Belmus and stops. Belmus turns at the noise of the door, eyes wide.
What? Torfel, my good man, such a pleasure to finally meet you after so long.
Who?
Irby, surely you were expecting me. Did you not get word I would be here tonight?
When?
I only just now arrived. The weather kept me up. Else I would have arrived sooner.
How?
Pafenda let me in and told me to wait for you in here. She said she was off to find you.
Irby. Of course! Welcome to my home. So sorry for my manners. I was not expecting you for at least an hour. They shake hands, and then Torfel starts pouring drinks for them.
Yes, well, it's just this contract. I'm eager to settle the matter. We both know it must not fail, don't we?
Torfel stops. But I was told you were set against this. I invited you here to convince you.
Would you rather I change my mind back? Shall we argue a belabored point, or shall we celebrate our new accord?
Of course! How stupid of me! Torfel holds a glass out to Belmus.
To business!
Belmus sets the glass down and picks up the box. He opens it and sticks his finger inside. It comes out with a dark paste on it. He reaches toward Torfel's mouth.
Shall we celebrate properly?
Oh, no. I never touched Svef, but I knew you were partial to it. By all means, go ahead. Belmus grunts and looks at his finger. He approaches Torfel. I must say, this turn of events is quite welcome. I was sure it would take hours to...
What is that?
Belmus says, thrusting his finger at Torfel's mouth. Torfel, turning his head so Belmus's fingers pass by his lips without touching. What?
Oh, nothing. My mistake. I was sure I saw something.
Belmus walks around behind Torfel and approaches him from the other side. I was sure it would take hours to convince you to see things from my side. It does my heart good to...
There it is again!
Belmus says, thrusting his finger at Torfel's mouth. Again. Torfel, turning his head so Belmus's fingers pass by his lips without touching. Again? What? Where?
Nothing! I guess I was imagining things.
That must be incredibly potent, Svef. I've never heard of it working before application. Be careful now. Yeah, we looked through the internet, and it does sound like there should be more.
A lot more.
Like at least another book to finish off this. But no, that's where the story ends. But it's amusing.
So tell you what, guys, if this is based on a play we don't know or something, or if there's some fan-made version that finishes it off and you want us to read a little bit more to at least finish this scene,
Let us know.
let us know and, give us a link so we can actually go there.
And we'll do that for you.
In the meantime, are you ready for the next book?
It's much more serious. As a quick note to those listening who do not know, Aothus is a god of redemption, Magran is a god of judgment. Moving on.
Bum, bum, bum.
The Light of Dawn, a Raid Saren morality play, Part 1. Charity and Generosity. Characters in order of appearance. Man. Male, a ghostly being. Female, a ghostly being. Beggar, starving man, injured man. Setting. Empty field. No trees or buildings in sight. A man lies on the ground, center stage. He wakes slowly and looks around. Two ghostly beings approach him. A male from stage left, a female from stage right.
Where am I? What has happened?
Nothing has happened.
How did I get here? You did not arrive. You are just here. What is going on? You are traveling. We will travel with you.
They both reach out a hand to him, insistently. He looks at them, not sure what to do. After a few moments of deliberation, he takes male's hand and allows him to help. Aside to female, his soul is strong. This decision will be easy. Aside to male,
Such arrogance surely will be your undoing.
they walk to the end of the stage and encounter a beggar holding out a bowl.
Will you help the needy? Will you hear the call of charity? What will you do for those less fortunate?
Here is a beggar. What will you do? He has no food, no clothes. He is destitute and will surely die if no mercy is shown him.
Surely he deserves no mercy. Look to his legs. Do they not move? Look to his arms. Can they not work? Look to his eyes. Can they not see? Surely he can provide for himself. What will you do?
The man ponders for a moment, then reaches into his pocket and drops a coin in the beggar's bowl.
Thank you, kind sir. May your charity come back to you in turn. Why did you give alms to this beggar? I saw a man in need. It is not for me to say if he deserves mercy, only that I need provide mercy if I am able. I have the means to help, so I help. If he has the ability to provide for himself and does not, that is on his head, not mine. If I can provide the light of dawn to a man in need, it is my duty to do so.
Aside to female, he knows charity, even disguised as a beggar. His mind is open. Aside to male,
Even those with an open mind can be closed down. Let us continue our journey.
They walk to the other end of the stage, leaving the beggar behind. They approach the starving man, who puts out his hands in supplication. A crust? A morsel, please? Surely generosity will not allow you to stand by and let someone starve. This man is starving. What will you do? He is on the brink of death. Only an act of generosity will save him.
What need has this man that he cannot provide for himself? Why should you turn over that which you earned to one who has done no such act and who deserves nothing from you? What will you do?
Again, the man considers what he will do. He reaches into his pocket and retrieves a piece of bread and gives it to the starving man. Thank you. Thank you, good sir. May your generosity be returned to you tenfold.
Why did you give food to the hungry? I saw a man who hungered. It is not for me to say if he deserves a morsel, only that I need provide a morsel, if I am able. I have the food to spare, so I give. If I can open a man's eyes to the light, it is my duty to do so.
Aside to female. He knows generosity, even disguised as a starving man. His heart is giving. Aside to male.
Even those with a giving heart can be greedy.
We will continue our journey. The Light of Dawn. A Raid Saren Morality Play. Part 2. Compassion and Judgment. They walk back to the first location, leaving the starving man behind. They approach the injured man, who lifts his head and winces.
A balm? A salve? Surely you know compassion? Surely you can spare anything, even your time, to help me?
This man is injured and cannot help himself. He is certain to die if someone does not apply ointment and bandages to his wounds. Such compassion could mean his life.
You owe nothing to this man. Surely his injuries are the judgment of his God. He has been tried and found wanting. His punishment is none of your concern. What will you do?
The man weighs his options, then kneels down beside the injured man. He administers ointment on the man's wounds and wraps a bandage around them.
Bless you. May the compassion you show to those less fortunate be shown to you all your days. Why did you dress the wounds of the injured? I saw a man who was bent and broken. It is not for me to say that he has no right to his health, only to help heal if I am able. I have the time to give, so I give. If I can help in a man's rebirth, it is my duty to do so.
Aside to female. He knows compassion. Even disguised as an injured man, his spirit is willing. Aside to male.
Even those with a willing spirit can refuse those in need. We will continue our journey.
They walk to the center of the stage where the beggar, starving man, and injured man now stand. What say you three? What is the nature of this man's soul?
I am charity. I know the mind of one who gives freely. This man was willing to give me his last coin. His mind is righteous. His soul is pure.
I am generosity. I know the heart of one who withholds nothing from those in need. This man was willing to give me his last scrap of bread. His heart is giving. His soul is pure.
I am compassion. I know the spirit of one who will sacrifice for the greater good. This man was willing to stay with a stranger and care for him in his time of need. His spirit is merciful. His soul is pure.
What say you, Magran?
The trial is complete. The judgment has been made. The decision is final. This man has shown charity, generosity, and compassion to those in need. His soul will be reborn. What say you, Eothas?
The judgment is final. The decision has been made. He turns to the man. Be on your way. Your soul's transformation has begun. Welcome the light of the new dawn.
Hey guys, you can click the link in the left for our last lore video,
You can click the link on the right for our last Let's Play.
and right here in the middle, that orb, you can hit that to subscribe.
Also, ring the bell if you want to be notified when we post a new video.
This is 2 Men and a Mic. Thanks for watching.